When was America ever great? I'm sure we can all recall times as we were about to leave Mother's presence, her saying this simple phrase:
"Be good."
I was reminded of it when I saw this question come up as I was perusing the internet. I believe the best and most relevant answer might be in the words expressed in a political speech given by Hillary Clinton in her pursuit of the presidency. She said in that speech, "America is great because America is good." The context of her words communicates that she believes America is great now. Was or is she gravely mistaken? If we believe she was mistaken in her assessment, why was that question not raised at the time? And since it was never raised, it is then reasonable to believe that the majority of those listening to her speech agreed with her words. Is or was America great? That is the question. But it is also relevant who answers that question. For instance, if I, as a conservative American, were to answer the question in the affirmative, it would be easy to ignore or dismiss my answer because of my perceived bias. That means only an unbiased yes would suffice. Is there such an affirmation? As it turns out, the quote from Hillary Clinton is indeed the opinion and assessment from a third-party observer. He was not a politician seeking public favor, but someone who, after diligence and research, was simply making a matter-of-fact statement. Before we pursue his identity, we must first ensure that we all have the same meaning and understanding behind the key words in the quote. Those words, of course, are good and great. While they are often used to represent different levels of excellence, great being, a little higher than good, that is not how the words are used in the quote by the third-party observer. Instead, good is used to represent the cause of great. Consider also the words of Genesis in which God affirms to Adam and Eve, "In the day that you eat from it, you shall surely die." Of course, this was in reference to the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And now that we, as descendants of Adam, are living on the other side of that warning and the unfortunate incident which followed, we can attest that two kinds of fruit resulted from their eating from the tree. We are dying, but we know the difference between right and wrong, good and evil. Simply put, governments and authorities are put in place to punish those who commit evil and reward those who do good. The third-party observer was a Frenchman by the name of Alexis de Tocqueville. He came to America to discover what was the foundation for, as he perceived it, America's successful democratic republic. In his subsequent work, Democracy in America, 1835, he discussed at length the part the clergy and America's religious society played in making a successful land of free people. This quote from his work demonstrates that idea. There is no country in the whole world in which the Christian religion retains a greater influence over the souls of men than in America. And there can be no greater proof of its utility and of its conformity to human nature than that its influence is most powerfully felt over the most enlightened and free nation of the earth. In the subject, quote, great was the word Mr. de Tocqueville used to describe the character of this new republic. And his words are in line with the sentiment of James Madison that our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate for the government of any other. In other words, our form of government was not made to manage or handle scoundrels. The part of the subject, quote, which is not as often cited, reads, and if America ever ceases to be good, America will cease to be great. Allow me to interpret his quote in its entirety. America's people have the best kind of character because they are a moral people. In other words, they do good to and for one another. Further, that character will disappear when they stop being moral. At its founding, America's citizens understood the necessity to
be good.
And I now understand as never before the depth of Mother's simple command. It is no wonder Proverbs 1:8 reads, do not forsake the law of your mother. Friends, if we obey, Mother's simple command can be the catalyst for our making America great again. Happy Mother's Day to my beautiful spouse, my mother, and all of the mothers and ladies, whether they be mothers or not, who have given themselves to mentor and help our young people.
Be good.
God bless you. I love you. If you've liked and enjoyed what you've seen today, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll have more.